everybody, happy Sunday. So right now we're going to make a homemade pasta sauce in the quick cooker. I have a whole bunch of tomatoes that I had from my garden, and too many for me to eat before they go bad, so I figured what better way than to make a pasta sauce and then make a chicken cacciatore afterwards. So the pasta sauce we're going to make in the quick cooker, and then I'm going to freeze it afterwards, so we'll have it for suppers throughout the week. And then the only thing we have to cook up is the pasta noodles, which again could be done in the microwave with your Dutch oven. So I have the quick cooker right now going on sear mode, and what we're going to do is we're going to add in some onions, peppers, and some fresh garlic. And I've got some cut up right now, and the rest of it is in our nifty manual food processor from Pampered Chef, which is fantastic. It takes little effort, and it chops them up wonderfully, small enough for some people not to really notice. So we're going to go ahead and dump some of this in. So there's that there. I'm just going to put this over here. I have very limited counter space in my kitchen, so these products from Pampered Chef and the One Pot Wonders are fantastic. So far, I've put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We have the veggies in there, and they are just sauteing right now. I've done up some garlic in our garlic press from earlier. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to show you how this works. So here's our clove of garlic. This is our garlic press from Pampered Chef. Okay, now there's a little spoon thing here afterwards so you can help scrape it out, but you can actually get your garlic out, and it just leaves the skin behind. So I'm going to do this. Put some of that in there. And there's a few more that came out there. And if you look at that, there's your skin in there. Okay? Simple as that. And if you get garlic on your hands, you just rub it off on here, and it comes off. So that's great. We're going to stir this up some more so it doesn't burn. And it smells great. The one thing I love about this, not only being a one-cook meal, but you can add your own flavoring into it, whatever veggies you want to put into it. And it's a lot healthier that way because you know what's going into it. You don't have to try to read a label and figure out what all those ingredients are, because we all know there's some that are actually really hard to pronounce. And you know, if you can't pronounce them, then it's probably not all that great. So we'll get this going here. And we'll put some tomato paste in as well. And that just gives it the thickness that we want to have. Perfect. And for some of you, I know you like to cook with wine, which is what we're going to be doing today, in both recipes actually. This one here, we're going to be putting in a cup of white wine. And we're going to be putting in some water so that way it doesn't burn. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to put a cup or two of water in right now, and then we'll have about 4 cups of water by the time it's all said and done, and a cup of white wine. Just 1 second. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put our water in. Give that a quick stir. Now, there's a max line on here, and you don't want to go above that because you have to be able to allow the steam and the pressure to build up. So you need to make sure that you've got it below that max line. Okay, so we've got that simmering there. Now, what I'm going to do is I've got some pre-measurements already made out, and these are our measuring spoons from Pampered Chef. So this one here would be our teaspoon, but it has a slider, so it actually is multiple measuring spoons all in one. Excuse me. And this is our tablespoon. Again, it slides up and down. Makes it easy because it makes it one spoon. It's versatile. You don't have to, keep looking around to see where all your little spoons and gadgets are. So here's just a mixture of chili peppers and oregano, some basil, and some Italian seasoning. So with a little bit of salt and pepper for taste. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And just for the sweetness, because tomatoes obviously are known to be acidic, so you want to be able to cut down a little bit on that acidity, especially for some people who have stomach issues. Acid's not a really good thing, but everybody loves tomatoes. So we're going to add, excuse me, 2 tablespoons of sugar to the sauce. So I'll just go ahead and add that in. Give that a quick stir. There we go. All right. And we're going to be using the manual food processor. I've chopped up some tomatoes already. Now you can use canned tomatoes if you wish. Like I said, I picked them from my garden, so I had 16 of them that I had to try to figure out what to do with. So I just blanched them for a few minutes and peeled them. But if that's too much of a thing, like too many steps for you, excuse me, Pampered Chef also has these wonderful peelers, and they work on peeling tomatoes too, which is fantastic because that'll save you a lot of time. You don't have to worry about blanching things. But blanching tomatoes is probably about the easiest thing you can do because it literally, you wait for the water to boil, plop them in, and it takes about a minute or two, and that's about it. So I am going to grab some of the tomatoes. Which I've got right here, and I'm going to grab the food processor again. I'm just going to put a couple of in there. Them going in big isn't a big deal. I actually prefer to have chunks of tomato. I know some people don't, but we will kind of have a combination of both. And they will get nice and soft, so they will blend down nice and smooth anyway. And as you can see, the pump action on the manual food processor, it's really simple and really easy. So I've done up a couple here. I'm going to do up some more. We'll just put that in there. Grab a couple more. And then I'm going to throw a couple of chunks of tomatoes in there, just to kind of give it that little bit of extra texture that I like. Like I said, there are some people that much prefer to have a smooth tasting pasta sauce with no chunky tomatoes and things like that in there. I'm not one of them. So, but I do have people in the family that are, which is fine, which is why I'm making some of the tomatoes, you know, more ground down and that than, you know, maybe I would prefer. But that's okay, because I like it either way. So I'm almost done. Just I'm cutting up these last little bit of tomatoes, and then I'm going to put the rest of the stock in there, so that way I get some of what I want, because everybody should have a little something that they like in their dinner. So let's get this pumped up, and I'm going to just hit cancel on our searing mode, okay, and it's going to keep it warm. So I just want to make sure that it's not going to burn at all. So we're just going to give that a quick stir again. Add the tomatoes. Perfect. And there's a few more tomatoes here. I'm just going to make them a little smaller. Not quite stewed tomatoes, more like quarters, halves kind of thing. But that's okay, because they'll get all softened and just add to the flavor and the juice as we're cooking them. So, and hopefully you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Summerside, PEI. And the weather has gotten a little bit cooler, but that's okay, because my favorite season is fall. All the wonderful flavors, seasonings, all the wonderful and beautiful colors. You can't go wrong. And especially on PEI, there are so many hills and valleys to go through. And picturesque scenes along the water. You can see all that nature has to offer, which is great. And for some people, it can inspire you to either cook something flavorful for that season, or whatever skill set you might have. My daughter loves to paint, so seeing the sceneries and things like that gives her some inspiration to go ahead and paint and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this cup of wine. And if you don't like having that much wine, you can just add, you know, half a cup. That would be sufficient. So we're just going to give it another quick stir. And I'm going to add a little bit more water. So we're about that far from the max point. So I'm going to go add a little bit more water. And then we're going to set it for 30 minutes. And it'll be done. So then it'll just need to cool down. And it'll be ready for mealtime. Like I said, this is going to be something that I'm going to be freezing. It'll be something simple and easy to make throughout the week. and all you need to do is cook up your noodles. So I'm going to go add a little bit more water to this, and then I'll show you how we set everything up to get the pressure building, and I will be right back. Okay, so here's the last little bit of water. I'm just going to add that. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to put this over here. Like I said, I have limited counter space. I just have like a little small galley kitchen, which is fine. I'm perfectly content with it. It does what I need it to do. You don't need to have a large kitchen to be able to do what you want. To be able to prepare for, you know, whether it be 2 people or 20 people. You don't need a big kitchen. It would be nice, but it's not necessary. Which is what's fantastic about the Pampered Chef products. All the one-pot wonders, things like that. You don't need to worry about not having enough counter space. So we've got our pasta sauce in here, and that's going to thicken up nicely. And I'll just take you with me here, and we'll take a quick peek and gander at what the sauce looks like. So there's the pasta sauce, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to put our pressure cooker together. So what you want to do is, it has a locking mechanism, and it'll tell you when it's locked. It'll tell you right here. Okay, there is this is for safety. So this is where your steam and the pressure releases. This is your your manual release button. Right now it's flush. If you want to release anything, you'd press that in and it would release the air. Right now, the red little knob here, I don't know if you can quite see it. When it's down, it's safe to open. When it's up, there's still way too much pressure inside. So you either have to manually release the steam or wait for that to go down. Either way, the button has to be in order for you to be able to safely open up the lid. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this for soups and stocks, which will give it the 30 minutes that I'm looking for. And that's my daughter's dog whining in the background. So I'm going to come over to time. Oh, we don't want that. All right. So right now, it's building up the pressure. You can see on the LED screen that it's going around in circles. And when it's ready, it will actually show up the 30 minutes that you want, and it'll start counting down from there. So I'm going to put you on a pause, and we will come back when this is done, and we will show you what it looks like. And then later on, I will come back and do another video and show you the kitchen cacciatore, or kitchen cacciatore. I tripped up my words. Chicken cacciatore in the Dutch oven. So I will see you back shortly. Hi everybody. Okay, so we're back. It's been 30 minutes and the pressure is just starting to be released. But what I'm going to do to kind of just speed this up a little bit is I'm going to hit the manual release button, which is this here. And if you can see, there's a red little button there that's still up, which means that it's not safe to open yet. So we're going to go ahead and press this button. And again, safety features is it's far away so you won't burn yourself. So I've just let it go on self-release. The button is actually concaved in there. And I should have actually moved it a little bit further away from my cupboard doors because they're getting a steam clean whether they want to or not. But I can smell all the aroma and the spices and everything coming from the quick cooker. And it smells absolutely delicious in here. So we're going to just let that release the steam and go back down to where the red button is below the lid, so that way it's safe to open. It doesn't take much time at all, but you can actually hear it slowing down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put us on a quick pause while this is finishing up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now as you can see, that red button that's on the lid is back down in its hole. So now it's actually safe to open. And just to point out as well, on the quick cooker, there's these little handles here. So even though the pressure cooker or the quick cooker is extremely hot on the inside, these are actually nice and cool, and you can move the quick cooker around if you need to kind of maneuver your space a little bit, allow the steam out, that kind of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to unlock it. Okay, so we're going to twist it and we're going to turn it counterclockwise, and you can hear it unlocking. It kind of gives you that beeping sound. We're going to go ahead and carefully just lift the lid up. I'm just going to place it right here and grab a spoon. And that's what the pasta sauce now looks like. Now, for those who like a thicker sauce, which is typically what I like, but this is the first time that I've actually cooked with wine, which I normally don't use. Like I said, it's my first time cooking spaghetti sauce with it. So it's not quite as thick as I would like it to be, but that's okay because it's a living learning process. And when we go to heat up the batch after it's frozen, I'm just going to add a little bit more tomato paste and voila, it will be nice and ready. And I can just smell all the yummy flavored aroma coming from that, and that is going to be so delicious on spaghetti or whatever pasta noodles you prefer. That's going to be delicious for a quick meal throughout the week. So I'm going to just leave that there and let that cool. The inside here, stainless steel, that comes out, and that is actually dishwasher safe, which is fantastic. However, like I said, my kitchen is so small, I actually don't have a dishwasher. I am the dishwasher. So when it comes to one-pot meals and cleanup time, this is my favorite because I don't have to spend all day and all night trying to clean up after suppers. So I'm just gonna lock that back up again, and I'm going to just tidy up my mess just a little bit. Perfect. So this was my first kitchen tutorial. I hope it went well. And it's just too bad that I couldn't share the aromas coming through the phone. But I assure you it smells absolutely wonderful and delicious in my house. There's nothing I like more than walking into the house and not only smelling a clean home, but smelling wonderful spices and things cooking in my kitchen. It always brings a warm feeling to my heart. So that was my kitchen tutorial on making homemade tomato sauce. If you would like to learn more or you like this video, please hit the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel for more wonderful videos. Our next one will be the chicken cacciatore on a bed of rice in red wine sauce. So stay tuned for more wonderful and amazing tips, tricks, and wonderful aromas from Melissa's incrEDIBLES. Have a good day, guys.